I want to talk about an idea that could shift the way you think, work, and live. I want you to act like your mind is your servant, not your master, but your servant. Imagine for a moment what that means. We tend to believe our minds control us, our thoughts, fears, doubts, and insecurities. But what if I told you that it's actually the other way around? What if you were supposed to be the master, directing your mind to serve you? The truth is, your mind is the most powerful tool you possess. But like any tool, if you don't learn to control it, it can control you. It can get in the way of your goals, your peace, your happiness. Have you ever had a day when you felt unmotivated? Or when doubt crept in and you wondered, setting clear goals and intentions is one of the most crucial steps you can take in mastering your mind and creating a life of purpose and achievement. When we have a defined direction, we give our minds something concrete to work toward, a specific path to focus on. Many of us, however, go through life with vague goals and loosely formed aspirations. We want to be successful, get healthier, or find happiness, but these aspirations lack the precision that our minds need to truly serve us. Without a clearly defined target, the mind is left wandering, often influenced by daily distractions and impulses rather than committed purpose. To act like your mind is your servant, you need to be as specific and intentional as possible with your goals. Imagine for a moment that you're trying to reach a particular destination in an unfamiliar city. If you only know you want to get somewhere nice, you might wander endlessly, stopping at every street corner to assess your options. But if you have a precise address, you can focus your energy and resources on getting there directly. The same principle applies to setting goals. A clear goal is like a destination. It gives your mind a target to lock onto, helping you make better decisions and focus on what really matters. When you set a specific goal, you also clarify the steps needed to reach it. For example, if your goal is to be healthier, your mind may not know where to start. After all, health is a broad and complex topic. However, if you set the goal to run a 10K in 3 months, you give your mind something tangible to work toward. Now, instead of being overwhelmed by the general idea of health, your mind knows it needs to focus on specific actions like improving endurance, creating a running schedule, and eating to fuel your runs. The mind becomes engaged in a clear mission, much like a well-instructed servant, and works to help you stay disciplined, inspired, and focused on reaching that 10K finish line. Clear goals also help us manage our energy and resources wisely. Life is filled with distractions, and we're constantly bombarded with new ideas, responsibilities, and opportunities. Without a defined goal, our energy is easily drained by things that don't really contribute to our personal growth or success. Clear goals act as filters. When you know exactly what you want, you can make better choices about what to focus on, what to ignore, and where to put your time and energy. For example, if your goal is to start your own business, you may need to decline certain social events, avoid excessive entertainment, or turn down job offers that don't align with your mission. In this way, a well-defined goal not only directs your mind, but also helps you protect your energy, making it easier to stay on track. Having clear goals also provides a sense of accomplishment as you progress. When goals are defined and broken down into steps, you can see and celebrate each milestone along the way. This builds motivation and reinforces your commitment to your goals, creating a positive feedback loop. Without this clarity, progress can feel slow or invisible, leading to frustration or the temptation to give up. For example, if your goal is to get better at playing the piano, but you set a specific milestone to learn 5 new songs by the end of the month, each song you learn reinforces your sense of progress and success. These smaller achievements serve as reminders that your efforts are paying off, keeping you motivated and helping your mind remain dedicated to the task at hand. Clear intentions not only empower your mind, but also reduce anxiety and self-doubt. When you know exactly what you want, you're less likely to feel insecure or second-guess your actions. Instead of being weighed down by uncertainty, you can act confidently knowing that every step you take brings you closer to your goal. Clarity creates a sense of purpose that cuts through mental noise and emotional turmoil, allowing you to focus with confidence and poise. In this sense, setting a clear intention serves as a stabilizing force for your mind, a constant reminder of what matters and what doesn't. Acting like your mind is your servant requires you to take responsibility for the instructions you give it. By setting clear, specific goals, you set the foundation for a focused, purpose-driven mindset. Your mind, like any good servant, thrives on clear instructions. When you're given a well-defined target, you create the conditions for success, empowering your mind to work tirelessly toward your dreams. Clear goals provide direction, foster resilience, and build momentum, transforming your mind into a dedicated ally on the path to achievement. Practicing mental discipline is essential for taking control of your mind and directing it towards your goals. We live in a world full of distractions, from constant notifications on our phones to endless streams of information and entertainment. Our minds are constantly pulled in different directions, and without discipline, it's easy to get caught up in what's happening around us rather than staying focused on what truly matters. Mental discipline is the practice of training your mind to stay on task, to focus on your goals, and to resist temptations that might lead you off track. When you make mental discipline a priority, you empower your mind to serve your needs and ambitions rather than letting it be a slave to external influences. One of the first steps to building mental discipline is cultivating the ability to recognize and redirect wandering thoughts. Our minds tend to jump from one thought to another, especially when we're stressed or feeling overwhelmed. Think about the times when you sit down to work on an important project only to realize minutes later that your mind has drifted off to unrelated thoughts or that you're scrolling through social media. Mental discipline is about catching yourself in these moments and gently bringing your focus back to the task at hand. This act of redirecting your thoughts is a powerful tool because it reinforces your control over your mind. The more often you practice this, the stronger your ability to stay focused becomes. Mindfulness is a valuable technique that supports the development of mental discipline. By practicing mindfulness, you train your mind to stay in the present moment, to observe your thoughts without getting caught up in them, and to focus on whatever is in front of you. Daily mindfulness exercises, even if only for a few minutes, can help you become more aware of your mental habits and make it easier to recognize when your mind is drifting away from your goals. For example, mindfulness could be as simple as paying full attention to your breathing or focusing on a single object for a few minutes. These practices teach you how to control your attention, a skill that is essential for maintaining mental discipline. Goal setting and prioritization also play a key role in building mental discipline. When you have a clear sense of what you want to achieve, you're better able to resist distractions because you understand that they don't serve your ultimate purpose. Start each day by setting specific, achievable goals and determining which tasks are the most important. This structure helps you stay on track, even when distractions arise, because you have a plan that guides your actions. For instance, if your goal is to complete a significant project, you might break it down into smaller tasks and dedicate time blocks in your day specifically for working on each step. When you focus on each task one at a time, your mind learns to ignore interruptions and focus on what needs to be done. Mental discipline also requires developing resilience to external distractions. In our hyper-connected world, it's easy to get sidetracked by messages, news updates, and endless forms of entertainment. One strategy for strengthening resilience is setting boundaries, such as creating distraction-free zones in your environment. For instance, turning off notifications during specific hours, setting limits on social media use, or dedicating a quiet space to work can greatly improve your focus. These small changes help train your mind to respect your priorities and resist the urge to respond to every external stimulus. Another important aspect of mental discipline is managing emotional impulses. Emotions can be powerful, and they often influence our thoughts and actions. When you're tired, stressed, or frustrated, your mind might be more prone to wander or to avoid challenging tasks. Learning to manage these emotional impulses, however, is key to maintaining discipline. Techniques such as deep breathing, taking short breaks, or even going for a walk can help calm your emotions and bring your focus back to the task at hand. Emotional discipline, in turn, strengthens your mental discipline as you become better equipped to handle whatever challenges arise without letting your emotions take control. Over time, as you practice these techniques, mental discipline becomes easier and more natural. Each time you successfully redirect your thoughts, resist a distraction, or overcome an emotional impulse, you're training your mind to work for you rather than against you. This practice builds a powerful foundation for achieving your goals. Your mind, once guided by clear instructions and consistent habits, becomes a reliable servant that supports you in everything you do. All mental discipline is about being intentional with your thoughts and actions. It's about recognizing that while the mind is powerful, it doesn't have to control you, you can control it. Through focus, mindfulness, goal setting, and resilience, you can shape your mind to work in harmony with your intentions and ambitions. As you continue to strengthen your mental discipline, you'll find that you're able to achieve more, stay calm under pressure, and remain committed to your goals no matter the distractions or obstacles you face. Challenging and reframing negative thoughts is a fundamental skill for anyone who wants to take control of their mind and make it an ally on the journey to success. Our minds naturally produce thousands of thoughts each day, and among them are often doubts, fears, and insecurities that hold us back. These thoughts, I'm not good enough, I'll probably fail. What if people judge me? Can become mental roadblocks that prevent us from pursuing our goals with confidence. If we accept these negative thoughts without question, they can start to control our actions and limit our potential. But by learning to challenge and reframe them, we take back control and turn our mind into a supportive servant rather than a harsh critic. The first step in challenging negative thoughts is to become aware of them. Many times we don't even realize that we're allowing negative thoughts to shape our perceptions and influence our decisions. For example, if you're faced with a new opportunity, you might immediately think, I'm not qualified enough, or I'll mess it up, without stopping to consider whether those thoughts are actually true. Becoming aware of these automatic reactions is essential because it's only when we recognize them that we can begin to address them. Start paying attention to your inner dialogue, especially in moments when you feel hesitant or doubtful. You may be surprised by how often your mind defaults to negative thoughts without you consciously choosing them. Once you've identified a negative thought, the next step is to challenge its validity. Ask yourself whether the thought is based on facts or if it's merely a reflection of fear or insecurity. Many times, negative thoughts are exaggerated or irrational, rooted in past experiences or fears of failure rather than reality. For example, if you think, I always mess things up, take a moment to question that. Is it really true that you always mess things up? Or have you had many successes as well? Looking at the evidence can help you see that this thought may not be as accurate as it feels. By examining these thoughts objectively, you can start to dismantle them, weakening their hold on you. Challenging negative thoughts also involves asking yourself, what is the worst that could happen if I fail? This question helps to put things in perspective. Often, our minds make the consequences of failure seem far worse than they actually are. By realistically evaluating the potential outcomes, you may realize that the risk of failure is manageable, and that even if you do fail, you can learn from the experience and try again. This mindset shift allows you to approach challenges with less fear and more openness, transforming your mind into a tool that encourages growth rather than one that restricts it. Once you've challenged a negative thought, it's time to reframe it into something positive or constructive. Reframing doesn't mean ignoring potential challenges or pretending everything is perfect. Rather, it means looking at situations from a perspective that empowers you. For instance, instead of thinking, I'm not skilled enough to succeed at this, try reframing it to, I can learn the skills I need and I'll grow through this experience. Reframing allows you to turn a potential obstacle into an opportunity for growth. By actively choosing to see things from a more constructive angle, you train your mind to look for possibilities instead of problems, strengths and weaknesses. Another effective way to reframe negative thoughts is to replace them with affirmations or statements of gratitude. When negative thoughts like "I'll never be good enough" or "I'm so behind" come up, replace them with affirmations like "I'm making progress every day," or "I'm learning and growing with each step." I take practicing gratitude can also shift your focus away from what you lack to what you have, making it easier to approach life with a positive mindset. This process gradually rewires your mind to recognize and appreciate your strengths, rather than fixating on perceived shortcomings. Over time, as you continue to challenge and reframe negative thoughts, you build resilience. Your mind learns that you are the one in control, and it begins to respond more positively to challenges. This mental resilience makes it easier to face future obstacles because you know that you have the power to reshape your perspective and respond constructively. Instead of being held back by doubt or fear, you become someone who sees setbacks as temporary and challenges as opportunities to grow. Challenging and reframing negative thoughts is about taking responsibility for your inner dialogue. Your mind is a powerful servant, but only if you give it the right instructions. By actively choosing to question and reshape your thoughts, you ensure that your mind becomes an asset rather than a hindrance. This practice empowers you to take charge of your mindset, helping you move forward with confidence, resilience, and a clearer vision of your potential. When your mind is freed from the grip of negativity, it becomes a powerful ally in helping you achieve your goals and live with purpose and fulfillment. Directing your mind through positive habits is a foundational strategy for gaining control over your thoughts and actions, guiding your mind to serve your goals and aspirations. Habits shape our lives in profound ways as they consist of the repeated actions and decisions that over time determine our direction. Our brains are naturally wired to seek patterns and efficiencies, and when we establish strong positive habits, we're essentially programming our minds to work for us, even without conscious effort. In doing so, we create mental pathways that make it easier to stay aligned with our goals and less likely to be swayed by distractions or negative influences. To start directing your mind through positive habits, it's essential to understand the role of intention and consistency. When you intentionally choose habits that support your long-term goals, you're giving your mind clear instructions about what matters. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by the big picture or long-term goals, breaking down your ambitions into smaller, consistent habits can make the journey more manageable and focused. For example, if your goal is to become healthier, you might establish small, actionable habits like drinking water first thing in the morning, exercising for 30 minutes each day, or making a habit of preparing nutritious meals. These daily routines are manageable, and each time you complete one, it reinforces your commitment to health. This approach shifts your mind's focus from vague aspirations to concrete actions that you perform regularly, building momentum in the direction you want to go. Creating positive habits is also about replacing behaviors that no longer serve you. Habits often develop unconsciously, meaning we may be reinforcing routines that work against our goals. To counter this, consider identifying the habits that currently fill your days and examining which ones align with your aspirations and which ones don't. For example, spending hours scrolling on social media might have become an automatic routine. But if your goal is to be more productive or learn new skills, this habit could be a major obstacle. Replacing unproductive habits with constructive ones requires some initial effort, but the payoff is significant over time. You'll be automatically channeling your mind's energy toward actions that support your goals rather than hinder them. To establish these new habits effectively, start with small, achievable actions. One of the biggest barriers to building new habits is trying to do too much at once, which can lead to burnout or frustration. Instead, focus on micro habits that are easy to integrate into your daily life, such as reading for 10 minutes each morning, setting aside 5 minutes for gratitude, or spending a few minutes organizing your workspace at the end of each day. While these actions might seem small, they compound over time, creating a foundation of positive routines that become second nature. Additionally, small habits are easier to sustain and less intimidating, which means you're more likely to stick with them in the long run. Another key to building positive habits is to create cues that trigger these behaviors. Our minds respond well to routine and structure, so setting up cues can help you remember and reinforce your new habits. For instance, if you want to establish a habit of meditating each morning, you could place a cushion in a visible area or set an alarm at the same time every day as a reminder. These cues signal to your mind that it's time to perform the desired behavior, making it easier to stay consistent. Over time, your brain associates certain environments, times, or objects with the habit, making it an almost automatic response. Rewarding yourself for sticking to positive habits can also reinforce them. Every time you complete a habit, give yourself a small reward or acknowledgement. Rewards don't have to be big, simply taking a moment to appreciate the effort can be enough. This practice builds a positive feedback loop, encouraging you to repeat the behavior. The brain thrives on positive reinforcement, and when it associates these habits with a sense of satisfaction or accomplishment, it becomes easier to keep them going. Eventually, the act itself will feel rewarding because it aligns with your values and goals, but in the beginning stages, external rewards can be especially motivating. Keep in mind that habit building is a process, not a destination. It's natural to miss a day or slip up. What matters is the ability to get back on track without discouragement. Rather than focusing on perfection, aim for consistency. Habits are about progress, not perfection, and every day you engage in these positive actions is a step forward. Practicing self-compassion in the habit-building process reinforces your commitment without adding unnecessary pressure, allowing your mind to stay focused on the end goal, even if there are occasional missteps. In summary, directing your mind through positive habits is about aligning your daily actions with your long-term aspirations. By intentionally creating routines that reinforce your goals, replacing old habits with constructive ones, and being patient with the process, you train your mind to follow a path that serves your purpose. Over time, these habits become the building blocks of a focused, purposeful life. Your mind learns to prioritize what matters and automatically gravitates toward actions that support your goals, empowering you to move through life with confidence, clarity, and a sense of direction. Feeding your mind constructively is essential for developing a mindset that works in service of your goals and dreams. Just as the body relies on healthy, nutritious food to function at its best, the mind relies on the information, thoughts, and experiences we consume daily. What we read, watch, listen to, and engage with has a profound impact on our mindset, shaping the way we perceive ourselves, others, and the world around us. If you want your mind to work as an ally in reaching your aspirations, it's crucial to feed it with ideas, perspectives, and knowledge that inspire, uplift, and encourage growth. One of the first steps in feeding your mind constructively is being mindful of the media and information you consume. The digital world offers unlimited access to news, entertainment, and opinions, much of which can be overwhelming or even negative. Constant exposure to alarming headlines, divisive opinions, and unproductive content can easily lead to a pessimistic or anxious mindset. To counter this, consider curating what you read and watch, choosing sources that are balanced, insightful, and enriching. For example, reading books on personal development, listening to podcasts that feature inspiring individuals, or following accounts that share positive messages can have a transformative effect. By actively choosing to expose your mind to constructive information, you set the stage for more optimistic thinking and productive action. Another powerful way to feed your mind is to engage with diverse perspectives and ideas that broaden your understanding. When we explore viewpoints outside our own, we develop a more nuanced and open-minded approach to life. This can include reading about different cultures, learning from people with varied backgrounds, or studying subjects that stretch your thinking. Expanding your mind in this way prevents you from falling into narrow or limiting beliefs and encourages intellectual curiosity. When you feed your mind with diverse perspectives, you create a mindset that's flexible and adaptive, qualities that are incredibly valuable for personal and professional growth. Surrounding yourself with people who inspire and challenge you can also have a profound effect on your mental environment. Just as the content you consume shapes your thoughts, so do the people you spend time with. If you're around individuals who are always complaining or who have a negative outlook, their attitudes can influence your mindset, often without you realizing it. In contrast, if you surround yourself with people who are motivated, optimistic, and supportive, their energy can encourage you to think in similar ways. Seek out mentors, friends, or communities that share your aspirations or who challenge you to grow. By choosing to be around constructive influences, you reinforce your commitment to a mindset that serves your goals. Practicing gratitude and focusing on the positive aspects of life is another way to feed your mind constructively. Gratitude shifts your attention away from what you lack and toward what you have, encouraging a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity. Simple daily practices like writing down 3 things you're grateful for or reflecting on positive experiences can help train your mind to focus on the good rather than dwelling on the negative. Over time, this habit nurtures a resilient, optimistic mindset that looks for solutions instead of problems, even in challenging situations. A mind trained to see the positive is less likely to be discouraged by setbacks and more likely to find opportunities in obstacles. Learning and personal development are also essential components of feeding your mind constructively. Engaging in continuous learning, whether through formal education, online courses, or self-study, keeps your mind sharp and open to new ideas. When you pursue knowledge and develop new skills, you create a mindset that is proactive, curious, and resilient. Each new skill or piece of knowledge enhances your ability to approach problems creatively, making your mind a more versatile tool. For instance, learning about time management or emotional intelligence can directly improve the way you approach your personal and professional life, giving your mind new strategies to work more effectively toward your goals. Taking time to reflect and meditate is another important practice for nurturing a healthy mind. Reflection allows you to process your thoughts, identify patterns, and make intentional changes where necessary. Meditation, on the other hand, helps clear mental clutter, reducing stress and improving focus. Together, these practices create space in your mind, allowing constructive thoughts to flourish. When your mind is calm and centered, it becomes more receptive to positive ideas and is better equipped to let go of negativity. This inner clarity can have a transformative effect on the way you think and act, helping you approach life's challenges with calm and confidence. In conclusion, feeding your mind constructively is about making intentional choices in the information, experiences, and relationships you engage with daily. By surrounding yourself with uplifting content, seeking diverse perspectives, choosing positive influences, and practicing gratitude, you create a mental environment that supports growth, resilience, and optimism. This proactive approach to mental nourishment enables your mind to work in service of your goals, helping you face challenges with strength and approach opportunities with clarity and enthusiasm. A well-fed mind, rich with positive ideas and expansive perspectives, is a powerful tool that can propel you forward on your path to fulfillment and success. Developing emotional intelligence is a vital aspect of taking control of your mind and ensuring it serves your best interests. Emotional intelligence, EI, refers to the ability to recognize, understand, manage, and influence emotions both in yourself and others. It is a key component of mental mastery because it helps you respond to situations with clarity and composure rather than being driven by impulsive reactions or uncontrolled emotions. When emotional intelligence is cultivated, it becomes a powerful tool for navigating life's challenges, making sound decisions, and fostering positive relationships. A mind guided by emotional intelligence is less likely to be overwhelmed by stress or negative emotions and more likely to act in alignment with your goals and values. One of the first steps in developing emotional intelligence is becoming aware of your emotions. Many of us go through life unaware of the subtle emotions that affect our behavior. We may react to situations without fully understanding the underlying feelings driving our actions. Emotional awareness involves recognizing the emotions you're experiencing in the moment and understanding why you feel that way. For example, if you're feeling anxious about an upcoming presentation, recognizing the emotion of anxiety and identifying its source, perhaps a fear of judgment or failure, helps you address it more effectively. By becoming more attuned to your emotional state, you can choose how to respond rather than reacting impulsively. Once you've developed awareness of your emotions, the next step is learning how to regulate them. Emotional regulation doesn't mean suppressing or ignoring your feelings, but rather learning how to manage them in a way that serves you. When you feel overwhelmed by frustration, anxiety, or anger, emotional regulation allows you to pause, breathe, and choose a more constructive response. For instance, if you're in a stressful meeting and feel yourself becoming irritated, emotional regulation helps you take a step back, center yourself, and decide to respond rather than reacting out of anger. Developing emotional regulation skills is crucial for preventing negative emotions from controlling your actions, enabling you to remain focused on your goals. Empathy is another important element of emotional intelligence. Empathy involves understanding and sharing the feelings of others, which enhances your ability to connect with people on a deeper level. When you practice empathy, you not only recognize your own emotions, but also acknowledge and validate the emotions of those around you. This emotional awareness of others allows you to build stronger relationships, resolve conflicts more effectively, and create a supportive environment for collaboration. For example, if a colleague is stressed about a project, empathizing with their situation, listening actively, offering support, and understanding their perspective fosters a sense of trust and cooperation. Empathy is also vital for self-compassion, as it helps you be kinder and more understanding toward yourself during times of struggle. Social skills are another key component of emotional intelligence that plays a significant role in guiding your mind to serve your goals. Strong social skills enable you to communicate effectively, resolve conflicts, and build rapport with others. Developing the ability to express yourself clearly, listen actively, and collaborate with others enhances your ability to work toward shared goals, whether in personal or professional settings. Emotional intelligence helps you read social cues, respond appropriately, and navigate social dynamics with ease. It allows you to manage relationships with sensitivity, making it easier to create an environment where people feel valued, heard, and understood. In addition to empathy and social skills, another crucial aspect of emotional intelligence is emotional resilience. Life is full of ups and downs, and how you respond to setbacks and challenges is a reflection of your emotional intelligence. Emotional resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity, learn from difficult experiences, and remain focused on your long-term goals despite temporary obstacles. This requires an understanding that failure and hardship are part of the journey, not the end of it. When you cultivate emotional resilience, you're better equipped to handle stress, maintain your focus, and keep moving forward even in the face of difficulties. For example, if a project doesn't go as planned or you face a setback in your career, emotional resilience helps you view the situation as an opportunity for growth rather than a reason to give up. Another critical aspect of emotional intelligence is self-motivation. This refers to the ability to harness your emotions to drive positive behavior, even in the absence of external rewards or recognition. Self-motivation is essential for maintaining focus on long-term goals, especially when faced with challenges or setbacks. People with high emotional intelligence are able to stay motivated because they are deeply connected to their intrinsic values and aspirations. They understand that setbacks are temporary and use their emotional awareness to fuel their perseverance. For example, if you face a difficult challenge, instead of becoming discouraged, you draw on your internal motivation. Remind yourself of why the goal is important and push forward with renewed determination. In conclusion, developing emotional intelligence is a key step toward taking full control of your mind and aligning it with your highest goals. Emotional intelligence allows you to respond to life with greater awareness, self-regulation, empathy, and resilience. It equips you to navigate challenges calmly, maintain focus during times of stress, and build strong, positive relationships with others. By cultivating emotional intelligence, you create a mind that works in service of your ambitions, enabling you to stay on course and pursue your goals with clarity, confidence, and a sense of purpose. The power to shape your thoughts and emotions is within your control, and emotional intelligence gives you the tools to use that power wisely, leading to a more fulfilling and successful life.